Yo, what's going on? So it's been a while since I've been on this, and I just wanted to drop back in and do a little training update. I've been really focused on my own kind of selfish personal training, amongst other things going on in my life. So, haven't really been doing video blogs for a while, but I want to get another one out because it's a nice little milestone. And if you've been following the training kind of black belt prep video diary that I've been kind of doing, it's nice to keep you updated and see how this actually ends up. So last time was kind of run up to prelim, and prelim is now done and passed, which is great. So happy about that. So I kind of thought I'd talk through what went on in the prelim test and sort of the run up to it as well. I mean, like I said, the last time around, my plans had been scuppered in terms of strength training and all of that. That's all sort of gone by the wayside. So it's really just been focusing on technical training for Taekwondo, specifically around patterns and coupling that with physio sessions to get me kind of over the line, right? So yeah, and by and large, it's been good. So the prelim was 2-3 days ago, Sunday just gone. So it was a good experience. It was nice to do, nice to get a run at it. And it's weird, right? Because I haven't done a formal kind of test in sort of 3 years. So to get back on the mats in a testing environment was nice to do that again. I know some people hate tests. I actually kind of don't mind. I sort of enjoy it. And I felt kind of confident about it. It's weird because I was a little bit unsure a few weeks ago where I stood and what I felt, but as I kind of did a little bit more training, a little bit more really refined, focused training, specifically on patterns and making them automatic, and learning the call sheet stuff inside out, that really helped. That really paid dividends. You'll never sort of everything won't be brilliant, right? So really focusing on what I felt I was kind of good at and stronger at, rather than saying, my left leg kicking is really rubbish, I'm just going to train that for the next 4 weeks solid. I kind of, okay, right, my left leg kicking will just be the weak part of this exam for me, So I'll talk through the sections, what they were, what they did, and how I felt they went, and then, I don't know, hopefully I get some feedback from the examiners now in the next day or two, and I'll see if my feelings about it are aligned with their feelings about it. I mean, obviously they don't feel too bad because they passed it. So, or they passed me. So, I mean, that's nice. It gives me the opportunity to go and take the formal test in Ennis now around December. So I have a few bits to do in preparation for that. Some housekeeping, some formal processes to follow, but that's okay. So let's talk test. So the ITA in Ireland, the Irish Taekwondo Association, have a requirement that you have to sit a preliminary black belt test before you can take a full black belt test. And it's a full test, right? It's a full black belt test in front of a panel of examiners, and it's to sort of it's a filter to stop people from just applying for black belt tests without really being prepped and ready for it, because they're big events and they take a long time to run. So this kind of acts as some kind of screening filter. So anyway, here's how it worked. There's a new thing come into the test. I've done this physical fitness kind of awareness thing. It's not the most difficult. It's not like if you have any standard of fitness, you should be okay to pass it. There's push-ups and side kick holds and Dalio 25 or 30 or 50 Dalios or something like that. Then there's squats and tuck jumps and stuff like this. And they're not. It's basic physical literacy that you really should have if you're at a black belt test. So it'll get the heart rate up and it'll get you moving, and it'll get you. It's not gonna. You're never gonna come off of it going, Jesus, I was lucky to get through that. Or at least I don't think you should anyway, right? So that's good. Gets the heart rate up. Out of breath for a minute or two, and then you onto the floor. So, it's fundamental hand techniques first. So there's 5 or 6 of them prescribed that you have to learn them. It's all done in Korean. There was nothing in there that jumped out at me as difficult or hard. There's one sort of strange one, sitting stance, 9-shape block to downward side fist, like in Yusin, and it's marked as stepping forwards and stepping backwards. But I don't really know if you're in sitting stance and you're traveling with. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? It's sitting stance. You're just moving one way or moving up and down the floor. I don't know. Anyway, it's not hard. It's just confusing for me. Maybe I'm alone there. So they're the only fundamental hands. They're a nice icebreaker. I like them. They're easy to do, and they're, if you've any kind of level, this stuff. It's a good icebreaker. There was 3 of us testing for prelim, 1 for first degree, 1 for second degree, and then myself going for 4. So I was the last one on the floor for all of the section. So prior to me, two other candidates had gone, and the way they did it was hands and feet together. So you do all your call sheet from your hands, all your call sheet from your feet. The kicking is hard. I certainly felt like it was probably my weakest section. And I've never been a brilliant kicker. So it's getting better, but it needs a bit of work. And I felt like it was tough. There's a particularly sort of, I find that there's one connection there. It's reverse hook kick to turning kick to side kick, and it's three different angles, and it's on paper it's difficult, but it's not. It's one of those things that if you've been doing it, and I'm kind of religious now with this in my club about doing kind of combination kicking, just so that when they get to this level that they have this in their blocker, because I feel like I've been a little bit lax in my own training on that, and I find that combination quite tricky. Other than that, it's hard, mid-air kick to jump side kick or to double side kick and stuff, but it's okay. There's some nice ones as well. Middle twist kick, that's a handy one, right? If you have the rotation, which I actually is one of the only things I'm happy with in my kicking. I can get that twist kick shape quite well, so that's good. In terms of injuries, ankles and all held up, which was good. What happened next? Patterns. I can see the red light flashing on the camera here for battery, so I might just blast through this quicker than I want to do. But yeah, patterns was next. 5 patterns, 3 that are coming, the 3 third degree patterns, and then 2 designated. I got You'll Go, and I got Chungjiang. So nice gambit there, Again, they went well. There was nothing there. No need to repeat any. Felt solid. Felt good. Happy with them. Pre-arranged sparring and step sparring as well came. Mr. P from the club in Greystones partnered me on that one, which I was really appreciative of, and I really thank him for that. It was one step sparring, a little bit of foot sparring, which is one step with feet. Then it was pre-arranged sparring, which we had a nice sort of session worked out and routine worked out for, and it worked well. I was happy enough with it. There was one little wobble in that one that was my mistake, but we recovered from it okay-ish. Not enough that you would sort of say, oh, that's terrible, need to start that again, or that's a fail or a 0. But it was a wobble, and I know that it got picked up. But overall it went well. Sparring is whatever it is. It's 2 rounds. I sparred fine. No, nothing strange. No, scored a few headshots, which was nice. And I felt comfortable with the spar. There was nothing there that I was, worried about. And black belt testing sparring is different to competition sparring, right? It's a little bit more relaxed and a little bit less kind of intense, depending on who you get, I suppose. Power was fine. Side kick, knife hand, 2 boards, timber boards. Yeah, easy. I think there shouldn't be any qualms with this. 2 boards for hand, 2 boards for feet. I always think the power section in black belt test is a little bit strange. You can either hit 2 timber boards or 2 plastic breaker boards, and for me it's a no-brainer. I think for everyone it's a no-brainer. The timber boards are much more forgiving and much nicer to hit than the plastic ones. I'd comfortably stand in front of 2 boards for a knife hand made of timber, but if they're plastic, I'd sort of really think twice about it. So yeah, I don't know, maybe they'll look at that in the future, because the power test for me seems a little bit strange. I like the way it's optional and it's not designated, but I think maybe there should be a pool of techniques or something, and depending on the level you're going for and the technique you're choosing, maybe the amount of boards will go up or down or whatever. Because two boards for foot, 2 boards for hand is a little bit, I don't know, maybe it should be different. But then again, maybe I just find this section kind of easier than others. Maybe other people have, generally think that's a challenge, and maybe it is. But it's been the same since I was first degree, right? So I wonder if it'll change. Spec Tech, 2 Spec Techs, flying side kick, nice over a hurdle, imaginary hurdle in this case, but I'm confident of getting up over that. No worries in that. Again, timber board or target, it was fine. And then I always like to play a little bit with preliminary tests and see. I have this ambition to hit a sang bang shaggy for my fourth degree, or for any black belt test, or at some point. So I really want to hit this shot for my other Spec Tech. Is this jumping splits kick. 2 attempts. First attempt was a mess. Didn't hit the side kick. Hit Mr. Matt Mullen's hand. Apologies for that. Twist kick didn't go either. So retry. Got up. Got the side kick. Hit the twist kick with a reason. It felt okay. I gave it a good slap, but it didn't go. What can you do? So I know now I need to sort of either bring the boards a little bit closer so I can really get that kind of penetration as I hit it, or kick faster, jump higher, I don't know, something. So, but it's something to think about. If it's still not feeling comfortable by the time the test rolls around, I'll go to a good old jump back kick because it's a nice handy one. I wonder, can you put jump back kick on 2 boards and count that as power and spec tech as one? I don't know. That'd be nice. Something different, right? Anyway, that was that. Then what else happened afterwards? Theory questions, yeah. Lots of sort of standard questions you'd expect. That had black belt testing, technical details, explain things, teach me how to do this. Some more kind of, intricate questions as well. Let's discuss the theory of power. Let's discuss the training secrets of Taekwondo. So stuff that I kind of know and don't know, right? So needs to be a little bit refreshed. But it was okay. Interesting one about Samuel and why the hand comes up to the underneath the shoulder, underneath the side of the chest rather than at the hip, and that's just because my instructor has a wealth of knowledge about stuff like this, and he can debate these kind of points with us. So I mean, that was a nice, interesting way, So we had a little chat about why that might be, and I had this idea that it's for speed or power, or also that it's a throwback to sort of general choice Shotokan roots, and this roots kind of acknowledgement is something that my instructor recalled being told or heard or something to this effect. So got close. That's which was nice. So overall, good test, solid. Nothing there that sort of set me off as a serious red flag. Definitely don't think I failed any section. Kicking probably the weakest section. Everything else pretty solid. And happy enough with it. Happy enough by and large. So yeah, we march on and gonna try and do a little bit more for a focus to the leg strength work now to really build the leg to sort of stabilize the kicking a little bit, but also really just doubling down on what's working. That's my kind of plan, doubling down on what's working, and a little bit of refinement as well. So there we go. That's the way it is so far, and we'll go from there, and I'll keep you posted about what's going on in the training blog. I'm trying to put some other content together as well that's a little bit more active, little leg strength compilation thing that I've been thinking about doing as well. So a few other bits about rhythm that I'd like to cover off, but it's time and life and whatever. So that's the lay of the land. If you like the videos and stuff like that, give us a comment and a subscribe and a share or whatever, and we'll go from there. Look, that's kind of all I have to say. So that's the prelim test done. On we go, onward and upward. Talk to you soon. Cheers, bye.